Okie dokie, smoky. All right. Hypnosis for anxiety. Well, I probably need it more than anyone now. Okay, so I've got an echo, and hopefully, okay, so I've just muted. Maybe that's all I needed to do was just mute myself. Okay, I think I figured it out. Technology, woofda. So when I first started the original one, I had my headphones in, but I was getting an echo that I couldn't mitigate. So I took my headphones out, but then when I took them out, you couldn't get any audio. I couldn't figure out how to break that connection between my AirPods. So then I had to end the live, and that just means I have to create a brand new live, and then I have to delete the Patreon post and create a new Patreon post with a new live link. And I'm just learning how to do that. But there are a few of you here, and so we found our way, and things are happening. And we made it. Elizabeth, you're so sweet. I've got this dear friend, Elizabeth, who will text me in the background when things aren't working and help me to troubleshoot things. So I just feel so loved and so held. And I just hope that, whether you have your own business or whether you're trying to do something outside of your comfort zone, I hope that I can be a model for you of how to just how to drop the perfectionism and how to get past all that BS and really just stay connected to what it is. I almost gave up. I was like, oh, I'm just going to record this and then post it. But I persevered and I didn't lose my you know what. And here we are. So it looks like the work is working, that the nervous system work that I do for my own self is helping me to create more safety for me to go through things that are unexpected or unknown. So hopefully you can feel that from me, and that, I never had that, most of us haven't had like nervous system safety modeled for us. And so hopefully, some of my clients tell me that I'm a model for them. So, I'm a work in progress too, but maybe that can be an example of how to move through life when things go unexpected. Anyway, okay. So welcome, everyone. I'm so glad to see you here, whether you're those of us that are joining for the live or whether you're going to be joining later for the replay. This is our session, Hypnosis for Anxiety. So I work with a lot of people, and anxiety is just right in the forefront. The world we're living in, historic times. The world is more predictable than ever. People are carrying a lot of burdens. The world of social media and the internet and everything is so profound and amazing, but it also means that all the realities of the world that we can't do a lot about in this moment are right in our laps all day, every day. And I just think it creates conditions for us to feel responsible for everything, for us to have a front row seat to like all of our biggest fears in a lot of ways. And that over time, that's hard for people to metabolize. I was talking with some women at the yoga studio the other day, and they were talking about how, the pandemic in 2020 disrupted all of our lives, and how everyone says that the pandemic is over, but really it's far from over, that all of us are now left to pick up the pieces of what remains. And I think this anxiety piece is a big part of it. I think that the pandemic woke up some things inside of us. For me, it showed me that these structures and systems that I have placed my faith in, my trust in, that they're just really not as supportive as I had originally believed. And so that wears on us. That takes a toll. I was working with a new client yesterday, and I meant to look up the exact verbiage that she used, but I didn't get a chance to. But just something about like her kids and like fantasizing the worst case scenario. And like as a mother, it's like you sort of feel like it's part of your job to like anticipate everything that could go wrong so that you can prevent it, or so that you can be ready when it does. And so these are just all of the things that are just in this moment coming to me about the ways that people are interfacing with their anxiety. And it makes sense. And I feel that, it's really something that we can learn to interface with in a new way. And so, or my intention tonight is that we might embark upon a practice that might help us experience relief in a new way. And that we might be able to kind of, I don't know, in coaching, we call it loosening the problem, where we might be able to just kind of take whatever your expression of anxiety is and just give you a little bit of breathing room, just give you a little bit of space. And so here I'm going to give you a little bit of a spiel first, because it's important that you understand what's about to happen. So hypnosis is such a beautiful tool, and it gets this really interesting rap. So hypnosis is probably not what you think it is. If you're familiar with like stage hypnosis or the things that you've seen in movies where people are quacking like chickens, like that's kind of something more spectacular. What we're doing today is like a therapeutic version of hypnosis, and so it will feel probably more subtle than you're expecting. So the first sort of rule of hypnosis is don't expect to feel hypnotized. All right, what hypnosis is it's a deep state of relaxation. So that means that most of us have probably already experienced some sort of hypnotic state before, because hopefully we all know what it's like to be relaxed, at least to some degree. And so hypnosis is just really deep relaxation for the body, so that we can quiet the frontal lobe, the conscious mind, and drop into the unconscious, the subconscious mind. All right. And the subconscious mind is really powerful. It's the part of your brain that was wide open when you were really young. And so as young children we're just wide open, and we take in the world, and then we make decisions and rules and have values, beliefs based on what our subconscious takes in from a very young age. And then as adults, our subconscious is still operating with those rules behind the scenes, and we might not even know it. And so really what hypnosis does is it allows us to relax all these vigilant pieces, all these pieces in our bodies that hold on so tight, and these pieces in our brain that are obsessed with trying to fix it or solve it or figure it out, right? I mean, with our fingers, with our phones at our fingertips, I feel like I could be in a constant state of problem solving if I wanted to, which just means I'm like rolling around in problems all days. And that's what we have become accustomed to. So in this hypnotic exercise, what we'll attempt to do is just soften all of that, get it to quiet down. And then what we'll do is I'll feed your subconscious with much more helpful information, or simply different information, so that when your body is relaxed and there's nothing to protest, we can insert this new way of being into this sort of like epicenter of your brain. And the theory is that then you don't have to work so hard with your frontal lobe to like figure out how to solve things, that you can kind of bypass all of that and just settle in to the antithesis of anxiety, which you can figure out what that might be for you in this moment. What might be on the opposite side of anxiety for you? Might it be peace or acceptance or rest or release or trust, right? So maybe take a few moments before we get started to kind of feel around us to what might be on the other side for you. And that might be available for you during our hypnosis, to kind of tap into that energy, to hold that energy in your body. So, this is really powerful work. And as we're talking here, I'd love for you to start to get yourself set up. So if there's any possible way right now, excuse me, for you to protect your space and to make sure that no one's going to interrupt you during this time, and that you won't be distracted, that you don't need to do anything else or go get dinner on the table, that you can take, I mean, we'll probably be together for 30 minutes at least, I would say, from this point forward, maybe 40. If you know me, you should probably add a few minutes to that. It just get really excited. And I feel like I have a lot to share, and I think it's all important. I used to judge myself for talking too much and being, too verbose. But like, as I go to edit my work and things, it's like I really just feel like all this stuff needs to be shared. So I'm going to give myself permission to do that. So I would invite you, as we continue this conversation, to get everything set up, that you would start to drop your own body, your own physical state into a more relaxed place. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and light a candle right now. I might invite you to do the same. Lighting a candle can appeal to our senses, right? It can appeal to our visual senses to give us something to focus on. And for me, I purchased this specific purification candle that has this amazing smell that I love. And the thing about smells, olfactory therapy, is that you can change your state by the way you're smelling. I mean, this is the science behind essential oils. And so right now we're going into a hypnotic state. So I'm going to keep my lights on so that you can see me well and that it's a nice camera shot or whatever. But I would encourage you to start to turn the lights off and to soften down. And you can lay down, although that's a bit passive, right? This isn't a total collapse. It's not a total abandon of yourself while your brain has some sort of magic spell, you know, played to it while you retreat off somewhere else. This is an experience that it's sort of like shavasana in yoga, where if you fall asleep, that's fine. It's not bad or wrong. You probably needed it, but that's not the objective of shavasana. Shavasana, you're meant to be fully awake, fully present, and yet completely detached from yourself. So you just allow yourself to kind of hover there, right? And so this could be kind of the same practice of hypnosis. So in that vein, you can lay down, but you also might just want to sit or even like in a meditative seat, or even better yet, like maybe you just sit with your back against the wall or something like that. All right. So you pick and choose. It's really important that you're safe and that you don't have to, those vigilant parts that I just spoke about. So I really want you to like lock the door or just go tell your partner or your kids that you need like 30, 40 minutes, that you'll be done at the hour, right? And ask, hopefully they can respect that so that you can soften. All right. You can soften. And so the things that you need to know about hypnosis is that you shouldn't expect to feel hypnotized. The thing about the subconscious mind is that it will never permit you to do anything that you wouldn't want to do or anything that you wouldn't do in normal life. So all those people like balking like chickens or whatever, they would do that. They're cool with that, right? Your subconscious will never allow you to go outside of your own personal boundaries. So you can feel safe knowing that I'm not going to lead you anywhere that you don't want to go, and I wouldn't do that anyway. What else do I want to say? Um, um, do expect to feel relaxed. Don't expect to feel hypnotized. And just always remember that you are in control. All right. This is the piece that I wanted to say, is that this deep relaxation, this trance state that we're going to enter is it it it's like the more you do it, the better it gets. All right. So if this is your first experience with hypnosis, or maybe one of your initial experiences with hypnosis, and you feel like you've got monkey mind, like your mind is kind of darting all around, don't don't worry. Don't judge yourself. Please don't beat yourself up for anything like that. It's a practice, just like anything else. You'll hear me say that with everything. People think it's just like, I'm going to do it once, I'm a changed being. And sometimes that happens, but usually it's just a practice. All right. And that we learn to surrender. And just like the yoga, just like meditation, just like playing guitar, that the more you return to it, the easier it gets, the better it gets. All right. So that's the same thing with hypnosis. All right, my friends. So the deal with hypnosis is that the body tends to respond to the commands of the mind like a robot. All right. And so basically your brain is operating all day long and telling your body how to feel. All right. And so with anxiety, we get that loop going on where you have fear in your brain and you send it out to your body, and then that fear lives in your body. And you may not know this, but if you've listened to some of my other videos this month, then you know that the body then sends information back up to the brain. So it becomes a loop. You think a certain way, you feel a certain way. You feel a certain way, you send those feelings back up. You keep thinking a certain way, which makes you feel a certain way. And for anxiety, that becomes a loop that we can't really escape it in the mind and can't really escape it in the body. So that's what we're here to do today, all right, is to send your brain new commands so that when it comes to anxiety, you have new commands to draw from in your subconscious brain so that your body can have a different experience. And so when we do this, your brain is probably going to fight like hell to preserve the status quo. It's not that your brain and body likes anxiety and wants you to keep being anxious. It's just that the brain and the body are always going to choose the current state as it is because it just takes more effort and energy to change it. All right. So your brain, as I start speaking, as you start dropping in, as we start going, your brain's going to be like, oh, you can't do that. Oh, no, that ain't possible. What the hell is she talking about? Like these things will happen. And again, that doesn't mean anything has gone wrong. It doesn't mean that you're wrong. It doesn't mean that I'm wrong. It just means that your brain is doing what brains do. All right. So your job as we do this, and you can apply this to yoga or meditation or whatever mindfulness practice you're involved in, is that you're going to actively practice not giving those thoughts life. All right. I had someone describe to me once that thoughts are like birds that land on your front yard, and the front yard is your brain. All right. So you got all these thoughts circling around just like the birds in the sky, and they can land and you can't control them. All right. So your thoughts will come and they will go, and you can't control that. But the part that you can control is whether or not you engage with them, whether or not you build them a bird bath, whether or not you build them a bird feeder, whether or not you build them a birdhouse and get really comfy with them and name them and all these things. So are you picking up what I'm putting down? So your thought will come in. It might be like, oh, Casey's nuts, or this doesn't make sense, or I can't do this, or this doesn't apply to me. Those thoughts might come in, totally normal, totally fine. Your job then is to just be like, okay, cool. And just let them go. Like, I see you. And then that's it. All right. You don't have to defend them. You don't have to figure them out. You don't have to rationalize. You don't have to push back. You don't have to make me wrong. You don't have to make you wrong. You just have to say, thanks, fly away. All right. And that's a practice. And I think many Americans, many Westerners think that, like, if I'm good at meditation or I'm good at these mindfulness practices, that I'm just going to turn my brain off. And I don't think that that's possible. I don't think that's the game that we're playing. That especially with these suckers and just the like, my brain is always on. And I'm a yoga teacher. Like, I know this stuff. I breathe this stuff. It's in my DNA. It's in my fiber. And I struggle with it just because of the world that we're living in. And so I think that that's not the game. The game isn't that your brain would turn off, but rather that it would just soften, right? And that the more you do this, the more it would soften, the more it would quiet, the easier it would get, the more naturally it would come to you. And just know that every day is different, and some days will be better than others. Also, something to note is that like 70 that most people are hypnotizable. Like, most people, you can drop them into a trance-like state, and their subconscious will be open to new things. But some people aren't as susceptible, and that's okay. All right. So again, if this doesn't work for you, that doesn't make it bad or wrong. And also know that it's just like anything else, that you can start today and build upon it. And really, theoretically, there's no reason why it just can't get better and better and better. All right. So I'm going to check my Patreon on my phone. If any of you have any questions, we're on a little bit of a delay. So just because of YouTube, like, I think I'm like about 30 seconds ahead of where you are. So again, no worries, no problems. Um, just know that. And I've got my phone open. And so if you have any questions, concerns, anything as we go, I'll try to tap into this. I'll try to check in as I can. And I'll be here to help guide you through. Okay. Does everybody feel good? Everybody feel safe? That was kind of our rundown. So hopefully you're kind of sliding down into home base and you're feeling relaxed. You can put an eye pillow on. You might put a weighted blanket on your chest or your belly. Maybe you get tucked up in a blanket. If you've got any residual anything going on, maybe you just take your arms out and shake them out, or maybe some horse lips. It goes like this. Yeah, right. So looks silly, feels good. So anything latent, anything that, if you need to turn your phone off, if you need to, well, don't turn it off because I'm probably on it, but if you need to silence it, or if you need to respond to any last thing or do any last thing, now's your chance. Okay. All right. So let me find my script here. So the first part of this is I'm going to take you through a relaxation induction. All right. So I'm going to lead you through a visualization where you'll drop in. And then once you're in your dropped in state as a result of that relaxation, then I'm going to move into the therapy part of feeding your subconscious different messages, experiential questions, opening up space for you to feel something other than anxiety inside of your system. Okay. And again, this is participatory. This is more of a hypnotherapeutic um, engagement. So again, it's not about you just sitting back and turning off. It's about you sitting back, softening, choosing not to engage with some things, but being available for what the process has to offer you in real time. Okay. So we'll do the induction into relaxation, then I'll move into the anxiety piece, and then I'll bring you back. Okay. I really want you to hear from me that there's nothing to be scared of. There's nothing that can damage you or hurt you, that all this is benevolent here and you can't do it wrong. Okay. Neither of us can. So let's all just trust that everyone is going to get exactly what they need at exactly the right time, at exactly the right place in their journey. And this is just all part of it right here, right now. All right, my friends? Okay, so with that being said, let's enter into the experience right here, right now. It's starting at about 20 minutes. So if you ever want to re-access this video and do this again and again, which I would wholeheartedly recommend, you can start at the 20-minute mark. All right, let's begin our hypnotic experience to diffuse anxiety. So take a full breath in through your nose. And a big open mouth exhale. Again, breathe in fully, richly, deeply, really fill yourself up. And then open mouth exhale. Let it all go. Now, once more, my friends, take a full, rich breath in all the way to the depths. Really feel the expansion inside your body. And then just let it all go. And now just keep breathing. In and out through your nose, if that works for you. Long, slow, deep, and full. Just be with your breath right here, right now. Nowhere to go, nothing else to do, nothing else to solve, no tasks. Just this sacred presence, this sacred experience that you have with yourself right here, right now. This process works best when you can truly take a break from the overactive mental brain activity and give yourself an opportunity to drop into the wisdom that lives inside the rest of your body. All right, so just take a break, release your attachments, release your expectations, and simply just be available for the practice of hypnosis. If you haven't done so already, please sit back, relax, and close your eyes. In a very few moments, you're going to be more relaxed than you've ever known yourself to be. I'm going to mention certain parts of your body. And as I do so, I want you to just feel that part of your body begin to relax. Just feel that part just begin to relax right here, right now. In order to help you relax, I want you to imagine yourself in a wonderfully magical forest. It's almost nighttime, and the sky is a beautiful indigo blue. Stars are coming out, and the moon is lighting up the rich forest trees. It's so beautiful. Off in the distance, you hear the hypnotic sounds of a bubbling brook, and the crickets seem to be lulling you to sleep. As you lie motionless, you begin noticing a wonderfully white light just above your head. This white light is the most relaxing light you could ever imagine. And as it begins to lower around the crown of your head, you seem to be touched with a desire and willingness to relax deeper and deeper with every breath you take. Continuing to lower now, this light, it begins to touch your forehead. And as it does, I want you to feel all the little frown lines, all the little worry lines in your forehead. They all just seem to magically disappear. Your forehead smooths out. You feel so relaxed. And you feel this relaxing light coming right down around your eyes. Now your eyelids seem to become very, very heavy. So heavy they don't even seem to want to open. Your eyelids, they might flutter a little bit, but that's okay. Just take a moment to see how heavy they feel right now. And as the relaxation comes down around your facial muscles now, all the little muscles in the facial area just begin to relax. Relaxation comes further down around your mouth now, and all the little hundreds of little muscles all around your mouth just start to let go and relax. So much so that your lower jawbone becomes heavy and your teeth part. Your mouth may even open up a little bit with relaxation as you continue deeper and deeper relaxed. Feel this relaxation now around your lower jawbone and behind your ears, so that all those little nerve endings behind your ears just seem to relax as you continue deeper and deeper and even deeper. The relaxation goes to the back of your neck now, down around your shoulders. And now you feel your shoulders just begin to relax. You can even feel them drop down a little. The relaxation seems to go to your backbone now. And as it goes down your spinal column, it seems to go out to all the sides so that every muscle, every nerve, and every fiber along your back just seems to relax. The relaxation seems to come now to the small of your back and around your bottom. This warm sense of relaxation comes to the back of your thighs now and into the hollows of your knees, around the calves of your legs, around your heels, to the bottoms of your feet. And each and every toe just relaxes even more and more as you go deeper, deeper, and even deeper still. Calm, very peaceful, very relaxed. And now, if necessary, allow yourself to shift your body however you need to in order to become even more comfortable, become even more and more relaxed. We are going to proceed to relax the rest of you now. Starting with your throat muscles, feel your throat muscles just start to relax. The relaxation comes down the fronts of your shoulders, down your upper arms, over your elbows, down your forearms to your hands, and each and every finger just relaxes more and more and more as you go deeper, deeper, and deeper relaxed. Just relaxing, doing so very, very well now as you continue to relax. Feel the relaxation now coming back to your throat muscles, down into your chest, and all the muscles and organs within your chest now. Just begin to relax. This relaxation continues down to your stomach area, and all the muscles and organs within your stomach just seem to relax. This warm sensation of relaxation goes down into your thighs, over your knees, down your shin bones, across the insteps of your feet, and into your feet themselves. And each and every toe just relaxes more and more as you go deeper and deeper, relax deeper, and you continue deeper, even deeper, calm, very, very relaxed. Now, I want you to imagine yourself standing in this forest, and at the base of the base of your feet is a beautiful stone stairway that leads downward into a very safe valley of relaxation. This staircase will lead you into a profound state of deep, deep hypnosis. We're going to go down these stairs now, and as I count backwards from 10 to 0, each number will take you even deeper and deeper and even deeper. When you are ready to go down these stairs, we will begin. 10. Take that first step now. 9. Go down deeper, deeper. 8. Way down now. 7. Deeper, deeper still. 6. Going even deeper, feeling very, very relaxed. 5. Go deeper, deeper. 4. You are going into a deep state of hypnosis now. 3, going even deeper still. 2, relaxed even more, feeling very, very calm. 1, at the next number, you will enter this beautiful place of peace and tranquility called deep, deep hypnosis. More relaxed and peaceful than you have ever known yourself to be. 0. Become aware now of the space that your body encompasses. Be aware of your body in the room. Become aware of any latent sounds or smells or the temperature on your skin. However your body is positioned now, become aware of the space between your hands. Breathe deeply. Become aware of the space between your shoulder blades. Become aware now of the space between your right elbow and your left knee. Become aware of the space between the top of your head and the ceiling, or the top of your head and the wall. Become aware of the space between your in breath and your out breath. Become aware of the space between your feet and the floor, or your feet and the wall. Become aware of the space between the phrases that you hear. Become aware of the space between the right side of your body and the wall on your right. Become aware of the space between your heartbeats. Become aware of the space between your eyebrows. Become aware of the space between your thoughts. Become aware of the space between your eyes and your closed eyelids. Become aware of the space between your heart and the person most dear to your heart. Become aware of the space between your body and the chair or couch or floor. Mm. Become aware of the space between the outside of your skin and the inside of your body. As you become aware of the space, notice where in the space you feel the most comfort and relaxation. Begin to fill more of the space inside of you with this feeling of comfort and relaxation. Allow it to grow and flow into all other areas of your body. Focus on the places where you had been holding tension, tightness, or fear. Allow the comfort and relaxation to soften those areas. Allow the space to expand as the tension dissipates and dissolves like clouds, becoming more amorphous, lacking shape, lacking form, clearing and softening, opening and expanding, growing in spaciousness and comfort. Become aware now in the space of any fear or anxiety that remains. Focus on it and where in the space it lives. What do you perceive in this space? Is it a sensation, a thought, an emotion, an image, a memory? Stay with it. Focus on how it occupies this space as a part of your awareness now. Watch it, feel it, stay with it. Notice it in relation to all of the other space in you and around you. Breathe into it, embrace it, allow it to simply be. Notice how it changes, how it responds to your being present with it. Notice how it responds to your allowing it. You are not the tension. You observe it, but you are not it. You are the witness, the observer of the space. You are not the fear. You observe it, but you are not it. You are not the fear. Continue to observe and watch. What do you experience in the space now? Stay right with it. Watch it. Feel it. Notice the energy clearing and releasing. Notice that there is more and more space. Be with that spaciousness now, the openness, the calmness, the well being. As you feel more and more space, with what do you wish to fill the space? You fill the space with trust. You fill the space with peace. You fill the space with love. You fill the space with a calm, deep inner experience of being safe. Now, allow whatever it is that you choose to fill the space. Become aware of the space between your hands. Become aware of the space between your shoulder blades. Become aware of the space between the top of your head and the ceiling or the wall. Become aware of the space between your in breath and your out breath. Become aware of the space between your feet and the floor or the wall. Become aware of the space between the phrases that you hear. Become aware of the space between your heartbeats. Become aware of the space between your thoughts. Become aware of the space between your eyes and your closed eyelids. Become aware of the space between your body and the chair, the couch, or the floor. Become aware of the space between the outside of your skin and the inside of your body. As you become aware of the space, notice where in the space you feel the most comfort and relaxation, the most trust and peace and love. Anchor those qualities in. Create a blueprint internally so you have a place to return to when life begins to life once more. Know that you can always return to the time and space of your life, however you choose, bringing trust, peace, and love with you into all the components in your life. Take a moment to breathe this in, to anchor this in, to really allow your entire body, your entire ecosystem to draw this in, to make it real, to make it true for you. In a moment, I'll count from 1 to 5. As I do so, with each number I count, you'll come 20% of the way back into the room, back into wakeful awareness. 1, beginning to feel the energy just stirring inside of your body. 2, coming back into the room now. 3, take a nice deep breath. 4, take a nice big stretch as you're ready. And 5, open your eyes up wide. As you're ready, welcome back. So I encourage you not to do anything too quickly, to really be super intuitive right now. If you have a journal close by or something to write with, it might be a nice opportunity for you to just jot down whatever downloads came to you, any thoughts, feelings, actions that you might want to take from this place, this open spaciousness that you have created for yourself, that now you get to decide what gets to inhabit that space. Know that you can come back to this recording anytime. It will live inside of this community for you. All you have to do is take it to the 20-minute mark and you can drop right back into this hypnotic experience. The more you do it, the better it will work. So if you are someone who has been living in anxiety for a long time, that means that those pathways are probably pretty well established. And so in order to move your way out of that, it might make sense that you would embark upon this hypnosis multiple times, maybe even every day for 30 days if you wanted to, right? That would really be the prescription if I was some sort of doctor, which I'm not, but really that's the therapeutic element, is that it's not a one and done, that you just saturate and permeate your subconscious with this every single day for the next 30 days. So if this is something that touched you, I would recommend that maybe you do something like that for yourself and check in with me, let me know how it goes. I'll stay on for a few more minutes. If anyone has anything that they want to drop into the chat where you'd like to share your experience or what that was like for you, or any questions you have, or any comments you have, or any feedback you might have, any insight that you'd like to share with the rest of the group, um, you're welcome to leave your comments for me. I think it would be easiest to do it just right here in YouTube while we're all here together. So again, we're on a little bit of delay. It's funny. I've got a lot of weather in Minnesota right now, and whenever it does that, my light just doesn't like to stay on. It's like it gets all on the fritz. Okay, so we're on a delay, so I'm going to stay just a little while longer. And while I do so, it's your opportunity to ask me any questions or to share what that experience was like for you. I'd love to hear what it was like. So the subconscious mind can really be a fast track to your progress, where we can kind of like bypass the web, the story, the BS that we hold in our frontal lobe, and we can just drop into someplace deeper. That being said, it's not a magic button, it's not a magic pill. And so it works best when you reinforce this subconscious work with affirmations. So, like something about, I create space, or I get to choose what lives inside of my space, something like that. When you wake up every morning and remind yourself that I am the inhabitor of this internal ecosystem and I get to choose what permeates it. And today I choose not anxiety. And instead I choose hope and trust and peace and love. right? And so that could be part of your practice. Um, Maybe you build those affirmations for yourself and repeat them every day in a way that your body genuinely believes you. Maybe listening to this recording every day for 30 days. Um, Maybe when you have your next bout or experience with anxiety, you drop into some of these prompts of just noticing the space between your breaths, noticing the space between your heartbeats, noticing the space between the words that people say to you as just a reminder of this blueprint, as a reminder to access the blueprint that now exists inside of you that, okay, if I'm feeling anxious and compressed or whatever that is for you, that it is up to me to create space. And then I choose how I would like to infuse and fill that space. All right. And this is why coaching, right? Because I can offer you these things, but it's not just about doing the practice, it's about anchoring it into your life in a way that sticks. So if you have any questions about that part, I will coach you in this Patreon community. If you have questions in the comments of like, Casey, I love this, but I had a resistance or I got tripped up in XYZ, please share that with me so that I can coach you on it. So that's all available in the garden level, in this $5 level. I'll just share with you before we end that, beginning next month, I'm formulating a group program where you can have access to all of this and also 2 group coaching sessions with me every month where we can talk about what the hypnosis was like for you and what it's like for you to practice it and what would be best for you in your particular life with your particular set of circumstances to help anchor in hypnosis or modalities like EFT tapping or different meditations or different avenues that we explore. If you join that group coaching tier, what we can do is boots on the ground, figure out how to apply all this stuff to your life. So send me a message if that interests you. I'll be announcing it within the Patreon community as well. But just know that like these are tools for you. My objective is to give you tools for the journey that you will actually use, that will really help you. And if you'd like more support in understanding how to weave these into your life, I'm an expert at that. And I can help you do that either one-on-one or in the garden or in the greenhouse level to dive in deep, or if you have other questions that can be answered in the comments here, I can do that too. So I'm your girl. I'm here to help you. I'm here to support you. So what a time to be alive. And really, like Ram Dass said, we're all just walking each other home, right? That's all we're doing is we're all just walking each other home. So thank you for walking with me. Thank you for allowing me to walk with you, and whatever else we can do to enhance this experience together, I'm all for it. All right. So I will disconnect now. I hope you have a beautiful Thursday night. I hope you have a beautiful night if you're just joining the replay whenever it is, and know that 1 week from today at 1 hour later, so 6 p.m. Central next Thursday, I'll host a live class, a live yoga class where we'll be able to move our bodies and really release the sensation of anxiety and again, create space and potentially make space for something else, something more desirable, something that feels so much better to come in. So this is one life that we get, ladies and gentlemen, and this is our job to make it work for us. So I'm happy to help you do that. I love you all so much. Have a beautiful evening. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that this served you and can't wait to hear how this benefits your life. I'll talk to you very, very soon. Namaste.